Now there was a couple of challenges that you got triggered to.
Mm-hmm.
Which one, when you tune into them now, is coming up with the most energy?
Most energy is around the confrontation.
Yeah. And when you say that, just saying the confrontation, where are you feeling it in your body?
Feeling it around my head,
Yep.
my throat, and in my neck.
So straight away I'm seeing or feeling that you've got a heavy helmet on. You know, that's tied on your head. Does that resonate with you?
Feels like I could have something like that on. I'm not getting in touch
Yeah, that's all right.
well with it,
Don't
but the
take it on.
feeling is sure accurate.
All right, even though I've got this heaviness around my forehead,
Even though I've got this heaviness around my forehead,
and I can feel it in my throat and my shoulders,
and I can feel it in my throat and my shoulders,
this feeling of confrontation,
this feeling of confrontation,
like I'm in a battle or something,
like I'm in a battle or something,
I ask my guides and higher self
I ask my guides and higher self
to help me process and release this,
to help me process and release this,
all the way back to its origin, wherever it began,
all the way back to its origin, wherever it began,
as it no longer serves me and my highest good,
as it no longer serves me and my highest good,
and I choose to release it.
and I choose to release it.
This heaviness around my forehead,
This heaviness around my forehead,
this pain in my shoulders and my throat,
this pain in my shoulders and my neck,
My neck.
and my throat,
and my throat, releasing and letting it go,
releasing and letting it go,
all the way back to its origin, wherever it began,
all the way back to its origin, wherever it began,
in this life and every life,
in this life and every life,
as a being of light with full free choice.
as a being of light with full free choice.
I claim my free choice now
I claim my free choice now
and instruct my DNA to process and release this
and instruct my DNA to process and release this
through all pieces and parts of me,
through all pieces and parts of me,
in all dimensions,
in all dimensions,
all the way back to the first lifetime I felt it,
all the way back to the first lifetime I felt it,
and every lifetime since.
and every lifetime since.
This heaviness around my forehead,
This heaviness around my forehead,
dissolving it away,
dissolving it away,
and all the confrontation,
and all the confrontation,
releasing it out of my neck and my throat and my shoulders,
releasing it out of my neck and my throat and my shoulders,
all the way back to the first lifetime I experienced it.
all the way back to the first lifetime I experienced it.
I don't need to experience it to release it,
I don't need to experience it to release it.
and I claim my power as a being of light
And I claim my power as a being of light
to process and release all this energy around confrontation,
to process and release all this energy around confrontation,
letting my body know it's safe to release it now,
letting my body know it's safe to release it now,
thanking my body for holding on to it to protect me in some way,
thanking my body for holding on to it to protect me in some way,
but I no longer need that protection.
but I no longer need that protection.
I no longer need to hold it in place.
I no longer need to hold it in place.
I'm safe now,
I'm safe now,
and it's safe to release this.
and it's safe to release this,
Releasing this heaviness around my forehead,
releasing this heaviness around my forehead,
all the way back to the first time I felt it.
all the way back to the first time I felt it,
Releasing the heaviness in my neck and shoulders
releasing the heaviness in my neck and shoulders
and throat,
and throat,
all the way back to its origin,
all the way back to its origin,
especially around confrontation.
especially around confrontation.
Letting my body know I'm safe now,
Letting my body know I'm safe now,
and it's safe to release it.
and it's safe to release it.
Asking my body what colour it needs to completely release this.
Asking my body what color it needs to completely release this.
What colours can it
Green.
Yellow and green. Okay. So that's yellow turning into green, and the other side green turning into blue.
Cover all bases.
Setting my body this green energy and vibration
Sending my body this green energy and vibration
to process and release
to process and release
all this heaviness around confrontation
all this heaviness around confrontation
back through all of my lifetimes,
back through all of my lifetimes,
all the way back to its origin.
all the way back to its origin.
Releasing all the pain and heaviness.
Releasing all the pain and heaviness.
Releasing all the sadness.
Releasing all the sadness.
All the anger.
All the anger.
Releasing
anger.
all the
Releasing
anger.
all that anger.
All the way back to its origins.
All the way back to its origins.
All the anger at the authorities.
All the anger at the authorities.
All the anger at the invaders.
All the anger at the invaders and the bullies.
All the anger at the bullies.
All the anger at the bullies.
Releasing it and letting it go.
Releasing it and letting it go.
Back through all my lifetimes.
Back through all my lifetimes.
Especially around confrontation.
Especially around confrontation.
Releasing all the anger.
Releasing all the anger.
With this green energy and vibration.
With this green energy and vibration.
Thanking their souls for playing their parts.
Thanking their souls for playing their parts.
They played their parts well.
They played their parts well. You just took the thought out of my head.
They played their parts so well.
They played their parts so well.
And I want to pat them on the back for that.
And I want to pat them on the back for that.
They really helped me with my lesson.
They really helped me with my lesson.
And I choose to process and release that now.
And I choose to process and release that now.
Releasing the anger.
Releasing the anger.
Around confrontation.
Around confrontation.
Around bullies.
Around bullies.
In this life and every life.
In this life and every life.
It's safe now.
It's safe now.
Even for me to be around confrontation.
Even for me to be around confrontation.
Without being triggered or angry.
Without being triggered or angry.
Sad or upset.
Sad or upset.
Anxious.
Anxious.
I can just be around confrontation.
I can just be around confrontation.
And let it be over there with them.
And let it be over there with them.
Feeling the green energy of balance and peace.
Feeling the green energy of balance and peace.
Even around confrontation.
Even around confrontation.
Mm-hmm. So you can see the releasing. How does that feel?
Feels good. It was really interesting with the green on my arm. It just sort of pretty early on, just whizzed straight up my arm and straight into my heart. It was like I just got a jolt, and it got a lot clearer after that.
And green is the heart space. But being able to also, as you tap through, you know, that as things are releasing, being able to then thank the souls. So it's almost like a forgiveness, but it's not. It's an understanding more at a soul level. But you can't get to that understanding level until you've cleared most of it.
Right.
And, you know, then bringing in at a soul level, wow, they played their parts well. And having that soul understanding rather than that trigger of being triggered emotionally and physically by it. It's like once that physical and emotional trigger is gone, you can go to the soul understanding and the soul agreement sort of thing. That, yeah, hey, they played their parts well.
Yeah, we did.
All for me to learn this lesson, to process it and release it.
Yeah.
So you're looking much more at peace. How do you feel?
I feel a lot better ever since my head's just been killing me. I could hardly keep it up ever since that second
it was triggered.
channeling, and I'm just like over there with my head hurting and hanging, and
Yeah.
and it's just what a difference.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yay!